What's it doing? It's so funny out of here. Ooh, family, 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 family. Ooh, I'm so fired up right now. Lord have mercy. I'm gonna try to be calm and I'm gonna try to be brief. I'm not gonna be on here all day, but y'all know the title. You see the title. I'm white and I say so. Boy, I tell you, y'all forgive me. I've been riding my bike all day and I heard about this and I just had to come on. Just 2 seconds, y'all. This is how I ride when I this is how my head look when I ride, right? My helmet's on. So y'all, this is it. This is me, right? I'm real. I ain't got no cut cards. Hey, I did talk to a lady, have a CNA program, right? And get ready to hook up with a nursing home in the area for anybody that wants to do CNN. They train you. They're we're partnered with them, so that's a plus for Ram the Bush. Talked to her today. I'm going to meet her on Thursday. But if you know of anybody in the North Carolina area, they're paying at least $16.75 for now. That's not even including shift differential. Okay, really quick. I want to share my screen because we're going to get on. Whoever on is on. Whoever comes, participate. But this is just something that I wanted to do because I'm so tired of these demons, these snow people. I don't know what to do. I'm so tired of it. I don't know what to do, you guys. I'm tired of them. Heard some news today about a young man, and I'm going to read it to you, who knocked at this white guy's door, right? Knocked at his house, knocked at his door, and the guy shoots him in the head twice. Not in jail, not paying no, didn't pay a bail. He gets out of jail. Hey, Erica, thank you for coming. He gets out of jail, right? And they let him out of jail and they said they can't charge him because they don't have a statement from the victim. Lord have mercy. Y'all better help me here. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to talk about it. Whoever wants to come talk, let's talk. Just chop it up for a minute. I'm not trying to be on here all night. I'm so upset. I just got off my bike right now. I heard about it and I'm like, oh, I got to get on. I didn't even have time to do my hair. So y'all just forgive me for my but this is how I ride. This is how my hair looks when I ride. Okay. So let's talk about it. Let's chop it up a little bit. Hey, Isaac, welcome. Let's talk about this. I'm going to share my screen. Y'all got to help me stay calm and cool today because I'm so mad I don't know what to do right now. I'm going to try to maintain my cool now. But I just wanted to show y'all this here. Because I'm tired of this. I mean, if you guys don't show up at this dude's house, I'm telling you, this needs to go viral. I'm so serious. I'm so sick of the answers. I don't know what to do. I've had enough. I'm so serious. Let me try to calm down so I could see what I'm doing here. Because I just want you guys to see me out here. Help me out here. Help me. Oh boy. Let me see here. Okay, read this. White man charged in shooting a black teen at his front door. Now, earlier I heard he had not been charged, but now they're saying that he has been charged. Let me see. Let's read a little bit of this. Let's see what they're talking about. Can y'all hear? I hope you guys can. Help me out. Okay, what the heck is this? What is this? I don't have time for these little whatevers.
Kansas City, Missouri. An 85-year-old white man who shot a black teen at his front door in Kansas City, Missouri, last week has been charged with armed assault, and the Clay County prosecutor said Monday there was a racial component to the case.
A 16-year-old's family is thankful he's alive.
Hold on, let me go back. Hold on, I want to go back. Hold on, y'all.
We are telling a story that is different from the stories that you normally hear. He is alive and he's healing.
A 16-year-old's family is thankful he's alive.
We want charges. That's what we want.
Yeah, we want.
But they are standing among hundreds in the community.
Justice! When do we want it? Now! We don't get it, shut it down! We don't get it, shut it down! We don't get it, shut it down!
Making their voice heard and presence known, taking a step towards justice, up to the home where Ralph Yarl was shot twice.
It gave me a sickening feeling. I just kept looking back at the house.
As a mother of 3 children, this enrages me.
Community members say they are speaking from a place of pain.
We are not just angry when our babies get shot. We are angry every day because our bodies are hurting, our babies are hurting. We must love and support each other. We must love and support each other.
Crying out for answers, a community is praying for y'all's family and peace, not stopping until they get justice.
I realize that justice doesn't come overnight,
Look at her name, y'all, Karen.
But the fact that there's a kid in the hospital and everything I read says not even a.
Hold the hell on. Justice did not come overnight. This is immaterial, right? This has been since 1963. This has been since slavery, right? So how long does justice really take for real? Do they go through this? So justice, it doesn't happen overnight for us, but they don't go through this until we as Black people start doing something about this. It will never stop. Just like they said, and I'm gonna read a little bit of it. Just like they said, from what I understood, they were saying that they allowed the man to go free, right? I don't know if they turned around and arrested him or what. Again, but he was allowed to go free, and they said we need a statement from the victim. What the heck? If that had been me or anybody Black that would have shot a white child who knocked at your door, do you think we would be free? Let's answer that question. I'm so sick of them trying to tell Black folk whatever they want to tell you, and they get away with it. And we, yes, massa, hell to the no. It's time for us to search. Well, I'm going to try to stay calm, y'all. I'm so tired of them. I don't know what to do. It is time for us to show up. When they don't give us justice, we show up and we knock. It's time to knock at somebody's door and handle our business. Until we start doing something, nothing is going to change. You can vote all day long. You voting means nothing. You've been voting. You got your boy in. What has he done? And then Kamala Harris went to Ghana and talking about their human rights. Okay, Ghana. Okay, Kamala, what are we going to do about this one? Did you go see this little boy? You went all the way to Ghana, right, to fight for LGBT. Now, this little boy got shot. Let's see if she shows up at his hospital bed. He got shot twice in the head. They say he lived, but how is he living? Is he going to be as normal as he was before he was shot? Let me finish. Let me let Karen, you see her name, Karen Allman. Let Karen finish talking. The
charge has been done. That concerns me.
Just hold this man accountable. And you see that the community came out and supported. We are a community. If one of our children is shot, killed, we all are here.
In Kansas City, Leslie Dallas for KSHB 41 News.
Okay. Placed on 24-hour hold, then released pending further investigation. What the hell are you investigating? Tell me what. We recognize, I got to read this. Hold on. We're going to read this. Hold on. We're going to read this. We recognize the frustration this can cause in the entire criminal justice process. You better arrest you better arrest him, and you better arrest him right now. Ain't no, because I'm going to tell you what. Ain't no investigation. We see the boy laying in the ground. We see us. This is just like the 3 months ago, like in October of last year, a white guy shot this Black youth. He was 14. He was allowed to go home because he told the police that it was self-defense, right? The boy ended up dying. So they let the man out, let him out of jail because he said, I might not say so. It was self-defense. So they let him out of jail. Come to find out 3 months later, they arrested him. But why would you let him out of jail? You think Black folks, see, until y'all do something, this is not going to change. They got to see Black folks' attitude change. In order for them to change, they're going to start doing something when they see us doing something. Feel me? But if you sit up here and allow them to tell you this crap right here, they say we recognize the frustration. No, you don't, because we're not doing nothing about it. So that's why you continuously allowing these white folk, because I'm white and I say so, these snow people hurt our children, hurt our men, hurt Black folk, period, and you allow them out. So they said we realize the frustration that this can cause in the entire criminal justice process. The woman and the men of the Kansas City Police Department are working as expediently and thorough as we can. I don't give a damn. This man needs to be in jail until you do your investigation. You put him behind jail, let him out afterwards, okay? I don't care about this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick and tired of this. But let's keep on. I'm tired of this. I am tired of this. I couldn't even enjoy my ride today. Let's see what this one's going to talk about. Let's just see what they're talking about. I don't want to talk about no pets right now. I don't want to talk about no pets. I'm talking about no animals. I want to see man charged with. I want to see something else. Get off my screen. Why are you on my screen, Petco? I'm trying to see. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
Rather openly rooting for Fox to lose. I can assure you that I will provide fair and.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, let me see. It says Kansas City, an 84-year-old white man who shot a Black teen at his front door in Kansas City, Missouri last week has been charged in armed assault, and the Clay County prosecutor said Monday there was a racial component to the case. Prosecuting attorney Zachary Thompson said at a news conference that Andrew Lester shot 16-year-old Ralph Yarrow, who is recovering at home after being released from the hospital on Sunday. How do you get shot and released that soon? Lord have mercy, my people. Okay. When asked if anything was said between Lester and Yarrow that made Thompson believe the shooting was racially motivated, Thompson said nothing like that is indicated in charging documents. Okay, so he doesn't get charged with a hate crime, right? Here we go again. Now they make laws for certain people, but they use them for only Chinese, Asian people, right? I've not seen, I think one person, which was Peyton, they got a hate crime for, when they shot up the grocery store. But like right now, is he going to be charged with a hate crime? Let's just see. Let's keep reading. We understand. Welcome, Grandma Isaac Bakari. Welcome. Wild Williams. Welcome, you guys. Thank you for coming. We asked if anything was said between Lester and Ya that made Thompson believe the shooting was racially motivated. Thompson said nothing. See if it's done. You could turn it off. Nothing like that is indicated in charging documents. Okay. We understand how frustrated this has been, but I can assure the criminal justice system is working and will continue to work. How long are we going to let them tell us that same? How long are they going to tell us this and we're not going to do nothing? How long? They're going to keep telling you the same sentence until you do something. When are we going to get tired enough? This is our babies, okay? That could be any one of our children, and we're not doing anything. This is not cool, Black folk. This is not cool. Everybody was scared of going to jail or scared of dying. What is it? I don't understand. I'm really having an issue here. I'm really having a hard time right now. I'm so tired of this. Now they want to tell us we understand how frustrating this has been, but I can assure the criminal justice system is working and will continue to work to do what? Thompson said at a new conference. Y'all was supposed to pick up his two younger brothers last week when he approached the wrong house. Lester came to the door and shot Yarrow in the head. He shot the boy in the head. He shot him twice in the head. Now we're gonna keep reading. So do you really think that this boy is okay? Let me see. Let me come in front. Hold on. Let me see what's going on. Oh boy, y'all better help me. I'm having a fit here. Come on, Bagari. Come on. Ooh, I'm having a fit. But let me go back over here. Yes, I can hear you. Let me just continue reading this for a minute. I hear you. Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna be on here long because I'm out with my daughter. But I got this. But I want to say this, right?
Okay, go ahead.
I just found this out today, and I've been looking for the story. So you can hear me.
I had to rap. You see, I ain't even take off my thing to do.
I found this out.
Huh?
I just found this out today, and I'm gonna find the story and talk about it. You know, when he survived, they say he went to one of the neighbors' house for help, and that white dude came out and made him get down face first and held him at gunpoint before he called the police for him. I just wanted to tell you that. So I'm looking for that story, but I heard a few people talking about that today. They said where it was, but I was driving like I am now and couldn't look it up. But yeah.
See, Bakari, you finna make me
I'm
trying to be
I'm
nice,
gonna listen offline. I'm gonna listen offline because I'm out with my daughter, but I can still listen. I just want to tell you that right quick.
Okay, I'm gonna find that story. Because it should be in here with this one. Okay, well, thank you, Bakari. Boy, this is what I'm saying, y'all. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of it. What are we gonna do about it? If we don't do something, they're gonna keep on getting away with this. But let me continue, and we're gonna try to find the other. Let me try to find the rest of it. I was literally out riding, right? I didn't even do my hair. I ain't did nothing. I just this is how I ride. So y'all, please forgive me. This is my helmet. I have my helmet up, so y'all forgive my head. But okay, let's keep on. Let me keep on looking. Let me get a little rover off of here. What this little dog doing up here? Okay. So Y'all was supposed to pick up his two younger brothers last week when he approached the wrong house. Okay. Lester came to the door. What was he doing? Coming to the door with a gun in the first place and shot y'all in the head. You shot this boy in the head. Now you tell me that you get shot in the head, that you're okay. Tell me you're alive, but how are you doing alive if you got shot in the head twice? From my understanding, it was twice. But let me keep reading. Okay. Then shot him again. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get done with this. No words were exchanged before the shooting. I ain't going to say what I'm thinking. The probable cause statement said, let's see. Lester told police that he lived alone and had just gone to bed when he heard his doorbell, according to a probable cause statement. He said he picked up his gun and went to the door, where he saw a black male pulling on the exterior screen door handle and thought someone was breaking in. Community leaders and an attorney for y'all family had earlier demanded justice for the black teen. Thompson said an arrest warrant was issued, but Lester was not yet in custody. The shooting outraged many in Kansas City and across the country. Reverend Vernon Howard, he needs to sit his ass down, because I'm not forgiving nothing. So these white folk ain't even asking for your forgiveness, and you sitting up there, Reverend, what you got to say? I don't give a damn what he got to say right now. If he ain't talking justice, if he's not talking about showing up, I don't give a damn what he got to say. Okay? President of the Southern Christian Leadership. They always go to these pastors, and these pastors ain't going to tell you to fight. These pastors they are paid for you to be passive. These pastors are not here to help you to get to the next level. They're here to help you to remain passive, to allow these crackers to do whatever they want to you, and you pray, and God gonna take care of it. But guess what? In the Bible, he told David to pursue. David asked, remember when David, the enemies came into camp, and they took David's women and took the children, right? David got real calm, and he said, God, can I pursue? And God said, yes, you shall pursue, and you shall recover all. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Okay. Let me keep reading. Okay, you got the pastor of the leadership conference of Greater Kansas City said in a statement Monday that the homeowners should immediately be arrested for what he called a heinous and hateful crime. Okay, the Missouri State held a moment of silence. For y'all on Monday. We pray for justice. We pray for justice. We pray for justice. God looking at you and say, well, stop praying and get your justice in. What you keep praying for me for? I put you down there for a reason. You supposed to be walking, they supposed to be walking straight to behind you. You walking behind them, looking up to them. It's all out of order right now. Why you think you keep going through? You're not done going through yet? But we praying for justice. Keep praying. Okay, keep praying. The shooting happened Thursday night in a middle class neighborhood. That means a white neighborhood. Okay, in North Kansas City. Y'all was sent to pick up his twin younger brothers. Okay, he didn't have a phone with him and went to the wrong block. His aunt, Faith Spoonmore, wrote on a GoFundMe page set up to help pay medical bills. By Monday afternoon, $1.4 million had been raised. Graves said that y'all's parents asked him to pick up his brother at a home on 115th, but he mistakenly did 115th Street. Okay. The Kansas City Star reported, are you making it okay because he went to the wrong house and got shot in the head because he went to the wrong street? Is that what you're telling me? That this man don't need to go to jail because, this boy didn't follow directions. Now you're going to make it his fault because he got shot in the head. Okay, Spunmore wrote that y'all pulled into the driveway and rang the doorbell. Okay, the man in the home opened the door, looked my nephew in the eye, and shot him in the head. Oh boy. When Yarl fell to the ground, the man shot him again. Listen to this. His aunt wrote that Yarl approached 3 different homes. 3 different homes before someone finally agreed to help him after he was told to lie on the ground with his hands up. The AP could not independently confirm this account. Yarl is a bass clarinet who earned the Missouri All-State Band honorable mention and who plays several instruments in the Metropolitan Youth Orchestra in Kansas City. Spinrow wrote, a statement from North Kansas City School District described Yarl as an excellent student and talented musician who couldn't even get somebody to call 911 for him without putting him. Now, he got 2 shots in the head. How he lived, I have no idea. So he goes to 3 houses to get help. Nobody helped, but one person came out and told him, get on the ground. You bleed, because you know blood is everywhere, but you get on the ground. What the hell wrong with these damn people? These people are so toxic. And y'all black men want to marry these? Y'all black folk want to marry these creatures? Yarl was released from the hospital Saturday. He got shot Thursday. He's released Saturday. So how is this boy doing? For real. He's recovering at home. His father, Paul Yarl, told the Kansas City Star, sophomore, said Yarl is doing well physically, but has a lot of trauma to overcome emotionally. But you as his daddy is going to sit there and let this happen. Whatever. Oh, shoot. Woo, boy, I can't take this. I can't take this. Okay. Police have not identified the shooter or his race through civil rights attorney Ben. Wait a minute, am I missing something? Hold on, you guys. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything. I can't believe. I'm so disgusted by this. I don't know what to do. Police has not identified the shooter or his race through civil rights attorney Ben. Oh my God, please stop getting this man to defend you guys. Please stop getting Ben Crump, you guys. Said the family provided information because Ben Crump been fighting this stuff and get money. It's not changed nothing. Why is it that we keep dealing with this dude? Stop giving him money. You guys are making him rich because that's all he wants is money, indicating he was white. He did not elaborate. So the man didn't even tell you the man's name, the shooter's name, his race, or anything about this man. And by Monday afternoon, the home where the shooting happened had been vandalized. Should have burnt it down with him in it. Black spray paint on the side of the house showed a hurt with 16-inch in the middle. Egg splattered the front windows and the doors. The shooting has caught the attention of national figures. I don't care. Let's see what Kamala Harris is going to do. Kamala Harris wrote on Twitter. Oh, she wrote on Twitter. You took your ass to Ghana to try to get them about their inhumane treatment, but all you're going to do is go and write on Twitter. Twitter that she and her husband were praying for y'all. Help me. I can't take this. She's praying from y'all. That's all. I'm vice president, but I'm going to pray for you. Can't do nothing for you niggas, but I'm going to pray for you. Now listen to this. Let's be clear. This how she said. No child should ever live in fear of being shot for ringing the wrong doorbell. That's her tweet. Bernice King, daughter of Martin Luther King, wrote on her Twitter that the man who did this should be charged, and we need to work for the legislative and heart change to prevent these tragedies. That's all. No, nothing else. Nothing else. But Kamala Harris went to the white kids, didn't she? When that shooting happened at the school, she went there, didn't she? Right? She went to Ghana about some LGBT inhumane treatment, is what she called it, for Africa. But you have a whole incident in your own country and you don't say nothing, but we praying for you. Okay, let's go to bed, honey. Graves said investigators will consider whether the suspect was protected by stand your ground law. The boy didn't even have a gun. How you stand your ground? They already telling you what they're finna do, family. They already telling you. Listen to this. Okay. Graves said investigators will consider whether the suspect was protected by stand your ground laws, which allow for the use of deadly force in self-defense. What the hell was he self-defensing when he shot the boy for ringing his fucking doorbell? What was you protecting yourself from? The doorbell? Then you shot him twice. You didn't just shoot him one time, you shot him twice. So you're protecting your ground. He on the ground. So when is enough enough? You shoot him to a dead. So now the boy didn't die. So, well, it was stand my ground but you walked outside, you shot him twice. So he was down on the ground. When does the threat stop? There was no more threat, right? How is it a threat when he's ringing your bell? Missouri is among around 30 states with such laws for white folk. These laws breed a society of violence and fear while providing cover for those who harm, maim, and kill others. Representative Marlene Terry, St. Louis Democrat, who chairs the Missouri Legislature Black Caucus, said in a statement, get her ass out of that office. Get Marlene Terry out of that seat. If that's all you can say, get her out. A message seeking comment from Republican Governor Mike Parson. A staunch gun rights supporter. It's not about the guns. When are we going to understand it? It's about racism in America. It has nothing to do with guns. It has nothing to do with guns. Do you think this man would have went to jail if the man was black and the child was white? Let's answer that. Let me see that in the chat. If the man was black and he shot the white kid for ringing his doorbell, would he be in jail? That's all I want to know. Yes or no? Yes or no in the chat, please. I'm so sick of this. This is ridiculous. Crump, I'm so sick of him too. Chomp, who has represented families in several high-profile cases of black people being shot, including those of Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. Okay, now he's getting his accolades, right? Why don't he change some laws? Because I'm really tired of this. Why don't he change some laws? Floyd called it a shame that charges have to wait for an interview with Yarl. Are you serious? You're not going to arrest this man because you're waiting on the victim to tell you what happened. He got 2 bullets in his head. That should be enough, right? But it's not enough. We all believe that if the roles were reversed, if this was a black citizen who shot a 16-year-old 16-year-old merely ringing his doorbell, let's put white in there, they would have arrested him. Why you didn't put white? And he wouldn't have slept in his bed that night, Crump said. Why didn't Crump put white? Listen to what Crump said. We all believe that if the roles were reversed and this was a black citizen, black man, who shot a 16-year-old for me, didn't say black, didn't say white, didn't say nothing. This dude is not right. He is not right. He's not right. He didn't say nothing. He just said if he was black, shot a mere 16-year-old for merely ringing his doorbell, they would have arrested him and he would not have slept in his bed that night, Crump said. Okay, we understand where you coming from. 2 days after y'all was shot, a 20-year-old woman was killed by a homeowner in upstate New York Saturday after the car she was in drove to the wrong address. Okay, we got another one. See, what's the whistle? The whistle blowing is guess what? You have a right to shoot them niggas. Period. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know what y'all hearing, but this is a dog cry I'm hearing. Okay, this is dog cry. So now you got another one who shot 2 days after this incident. You had a 20-year-old woman that was killed by a homeowner in upstate New York Saturday after the car she was driving drove to the wrong address. Y'all better have your candy bars. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Y'all asses better have some protection. If these laws can't protect you, you better have your candy bars and your peanuts to go with it. That's all I'm got to say. If you guys are not seeing what's going on, and you're gonna sit there and still act dumb and still leave the house without your protection, shame on you. Plain and simple. Washington County Sheriff Jeffrey Murray said Kaylee Giles was in a car with 3 others looking for a friend's house. Okay. As the car was turning around, Kevin Mohan came out. Now the car is turning around. He comes out of the house and fires 2 shots. One which struck Gillis. Mohan struck Gillis. Mohan was charged with 2nd-degree murder. Why was he charged with 1st-degree murder? Let's see. How to talk to your kids honestly about racism. Oh, we need to do that one, don't we? We need to do that one. Okay. We need to talk to that. I'm just trying to say, I think that's it. I'm so upset about this. I don't know what to do. This is ridiculous. So you had another one that happened and he got away with it, right? Okay. Man, this is crazy. How is he coping well? How is he? I'm trying to pull up that other story about the other the woman in New York. I'm trying to see if I can find something on that one. I didn't want to be on here long, you guys. Oh God, this is ridiculous. Whew, Lord have mercy. I want to look at this one, Kevin. What's his name? Kevin. We'll see if I can pull it up real quick. In HAM. Oh my goodness, I can't take this. Y'all know I just cannot take all this craziness. This is crazy. I can't. Let me see. I can't even read my writing, y'all. I'm so mad. Okay. I want to see what they're gonna say about him. Okay. Okay, she white. I don't care. Okay, I don't care about that one. Sorry, I don't care. That doesn't affect me. I have nothing to do with that, so I don't care. That's white on white crime. So who cares? Who cares? Seriously, I don't care about that. But I do care about this right here. This is what really hits home for me. And until we family, what in the world going on? I'll tell you. Wait a minute. Until we do something about this, nothing is going to change. I'm gonna come back over here so I can see you guys. Nothing is going to change, you guys. This is ridiculous. There is no reason why we should be seeing this today. And until we do something, hey, forecast, until we do something, till we show up, until we make our, and I'm not talking about marching, I'm not talking about singing, I'm not talking about shouting, I'm talking about tearing some shit up. I'm talking about showing up at his house. I'm just burning it down if you got to. Let him go live in the damn nursing home or in the grave. I'm just so tired. And until we do something, do we understand bullies don't stop bullying? How many was bullied in high school? I wasn't, but I've seen some cases where they would bully people and they kept bullying the person until the person did something about it, right? That's what happens. Bullies keep bullying until you, as the victim that he's bullying, do something about it. So if you never do anything, then guess what? Nothing will ever change. Nothing don't have to change because them niggas ain't gonna do nothing. And they know we ain't gonna do nothing. So this is why we continuously keep going through this over and over and over again. We never do anything different. Never. So my thing is, we can look at, excuse me, we can look at him and go, oh my God, what happened? No, I forgive. I'm praying. I'm not praying for nothing. I'm praying for forgiveness. I'm not forgiving because I'm tired of what I'm seeing. And I do believe that when people act like hoodlums and they act accordingly, you get what you give. You reap what you sow. Do unto others. I believe that. That's the scripture, right? Do unto others as they did unto you. So what he did to that baby needs to happen to him. I don't condone violence. I do condone justice. That's all. I'm just saying. I do not condone violence. I condone justice. And until we stand up to do something, nothing is ever going to change. Plain and simple. Y'all want to come up? You can. Y'all got something to say? Come on, help me out. Because this is ridiculous. I'm serious. This is crazy. Y'all looking at my little, this, I was riding. I heard about it on my thing when I was riding, and I'm like, hold on, what happened? So I had to come home to find out, and I didn't even have time to do my hair or nothing. Y'all forgive my little hat. This how, when I ride my helmet on, this how I ride. Okay, so y'all have to look at this, but I do apologize. But man, oh Lord, do I even really want to see what Tariq Nasheed got to say about the situation? Do I really want to see? Because is it gonna make me mad if I look at? Is it gonna make me mad, Erica? If it's gonna make me mad, I'm not gonna look. Because I don't watch Tariq Nasheed. Because I think he's an agent. I'm just saying. They don't ever, him and Jason, they never come up with any conclusions to the matter. They always bitch and complain about white supremacy, but never come and say, okay, family, we're gonna do this. They never come up with any conclusions. Well, this is what we need to do. This is how we're going to do it. And we're going to come together and we're going to do this, that, and the other. Even Dr. Umar came on. And I think that's why I was listening to it, because I didn't know about it. And I kind of heard a little bit about it, but I wasn't sure. And then I heard Umar talking about it. Yeah, Tariq is a piece of work, pro-black. He is. I don't even trust that dude. I don't trust him. I don't trust him as far as I don't trust him. Because I think he's an agent. Now, when y'all talk about Grandmaster, they talked about they didn't even focus on Grandmaster at all. They didn't have anything to say about him but something negative. And all these woke folk, black woke folk that say they woke, everybody said that Grandmaster was an agent. And nobody said, we support who we want to. We support people that's going to take you down the voting rabbit hole. We support people that want to complain about other folk that's not, you know what I'm saying? What are we going to do about this situation? I'm tired of what I'm seeing. I'm tired of making excuses for them. I'm tired of black folks telling we're gonna pray. All Kamala Harris had to say was we're gonna pray. What the hell are you gonna pray for? We're gonna pray for what? Pray for what? What do you have to pray for? I don't understand. What are you praying for? Praying for black folk not to rise up? Praying for what? Praying for him to die today in this house when they burn it down? What are you praying for? What are you praying for? I'm just saying. We just I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. Lord, I done got stuff on. Yes, Tariq is for himself. That's why he got a whole $2 million for a museum, right? He could have sent some money, set up a community store or something that's really gonna help us. Forecast, welcome, bro.
Hey, what's up, Cassandra?
I'm good. What's up with you?
Not much. I missed too much of the show. You was talking about that young brother that at the end of the day, like, yo, as only one of us can like be here and survive, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be real with you, like, their stuff has got to go, you know what I'm saying? And there's no biting my tongue. Like, everything is just so corrupt and disgusting, you know what I'm saying? And then of course they're gonna let them go. Like, it's not a surprise about that. But like what state was this in, by the way?
It was in Missouri.
Oh,
but they already set the tone up because they said, "Oh, we're considering the stand your ground law."
Yeah, and I saw they let him go, and then I guess they arrested him again or something like that. But yeah, I don't know all the details of this particular case. But like, it's at a point where like, what are we gonna do? Is like, we both cannot walk this earth, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody has got to go, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is either got to be us or it's got to be them. I'm gonna say me or them, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I would say this though, because I did see people talking about what Tariq Nasheed said about that situation. Now, one thing I did kind of feel like I didn't think it was like right to use this situation, because like the way that person I saw, they used this situation to go at another brother instead of addressing the actual situation. You know what I'm saying? Not to say Tariq is a brother or nothing, but this dude killed the little boy. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the smoke for this white boy. And I'm tired of us not having no smoke for nobody but ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at to the point where I'm like, like, maybe I need to find a way to go to Missouri myself. You know what I'm saying? And like, it is what it is. But like, I'm at a point where like, yo, this society cannot last no more. Like it has to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? And there's no way around it. You know what I'm saying? You can't fit in with it. You can't adjust to it. You can't do none of that. Like, and then your children are so unprotected out here. I'm like, I'm tired of all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We unprotected as grown men. Like, it's a damn shame. I gotta say, as a grown man, we unprotected. You know what I'm saying? But that's the problem, you know. But you know, I'll stop right there. I miss too much.
I mean, but you're right though. My thing is, when are we going to say enough is enough? And when are we look, the law was there, you allow him to get out, you investigate, and so now you investigate this. I'm just saying. My thing is, it's time for us to show up. Every time something like this happens, we need to show up and show out. We need to let them know that you're not going to keep doing this, and we're going to handle things. If you don't handle things, you let him out. You are telling us and showing us, and you making dog whistles that it's okay to kill these niggas, and you're going to get away with it. No, it's not okay to kill nothing. You go kill your own. You don't have a right to take anybody's lives. Just like it's some other stories out there that I wanted to cover, but this one really, really got me because this is a baby, a 16-year-old who went to the wrong house. No matter what, it doesn't matter whether he listened or not. He went. It could have happened to anybody. Anybody. It could have happened to you. It could have happened to me. Going to pick up somebody and I knock at the wrong door. What? I deserve to die because I'm black? And I knock at the wrong door. I don't give a damn if you 101. Your ass should have been in a nursing home if you can't even go to your door and you too scared to go to your door to see, hello, who is it? Or don't even answer it. What you going to the door if you that scared for? You didn't kill, you didn't possibly damage the baby. 16-year-old, you possibly did some damage to him for the rest of his life. His mom said, yes, he's at home. He's not okay. This dude got shot twice in the head. Twice. Then he went to 3 houses, didn't get no help. The 3rd house he went to, one man told him to get on the ground. Yeah, you bleeding everywhere. Just picture this, y'all. You bleeding everywhere. You got shot twice in the head. You went to a house, 1 house, no help. 2 houses, no help. 3rd house, mouse. The man come out with a gun, tell you get on the ground, but you got blood everywhere. I'm shot. I'm about dead, and you tell me to get on the ground. What the heck is going on? The man had a camera ring. What you say, Erica? He had a ring camera. Okay, with that, you can't look out the ring camera and see that this boy ain't got no harm, or just don't answer the door. If you that scared, why didn't you call 911? You went to the door, opened the door, and shot him twice. And shot him one time. He hit the ground. You turned around and shot him again. Where was the threat with the second one? What was the threat with the first one? There was no threat at all. Not even with the first one. Because all you had to do was say, hey, you can answer your door without opening the door, right? Even if you went to bed, probably went to bed at 6 o'clock, probably still light outside. 90-year-olds go to bed at 6 o'clock with the sun still out. So I'm sure you had your ringer, you saw he was at your door. All you had to do was, you can even speak through the ringer. So on some ringers, you can talk through the ringer and say, hey, what's going on? What do you need? Put your bass in your voice. Hey, what you need? And he said, hey, I'm looking for my brother, so-and-so, so-and-so. No, you got the wrong house. That was a 5-second conversation. That all he had to do, period. So you mean to tell me now you're going to get a stand your ground law and you're going to give him a pass because you already told us what you're trying to do. So he's going to get a pass for shooting a black young man twice. He didn't just shoot him one time. He shot him twice in the head. So you telling me he's okay, Mom? How is he okay, Forecast, when you got shot twice in the head? You've just been traumatized for your whole life. You got PST, DST, and TTTSD, right? You got all this PTSD going on now, but you okay. No, he's not okay. He's not okay. So what are you, his mother, going to do? What are you, his dad, going to do? That's my question to his parents. Because shame on you if you sit up here and allow this man to hurt your son. Because I remember a day, honey, black folk was something about their children. We didn't play about our kids. You heard mine of coming. That's how we felt, right? But now today, Jacob Blake, mama, he wouldn't want y'all tear it up. No, tear it, blow it, burn it all down. Go to their neighborhood and burn it all down. Seriously, what are we doing here? What is going on for real? And how much is too much? And how much more are we going to take? Go ahead, Forecast.
Yeah, and this is me speaking. I don't want to put this on considerate, but I'm pretty sure that dude got a 16-year-old too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and listen, like, yo, it is what it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes that's the only way people learn is when you show them how it feels, you know what I'm saying? And that's the only way you're going to make it stop. Like, do you think that they always just ran up in the black community and did this type of stuff? No, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just we hear the stories, but like about them being able to do it, but it wasn't true. Like, we had a spine and we need to definitely grow one again. You know what I'm saying? He has, I'm pretty sure, a 16-year-old in his family. Erica said he shot him and through the door, then went out and shot him again. You know what I'm saying? And listen, you know, this is another reason why you should tell your children, you know what I'm saying, to be aware of your surroundings, number one. But why, if this 90-year-old dude had a gun and was willing to shoot somebody, why don't you have a gun and willing to shoot? This is a 90-year-old. I heard brothers be like, yo, I'm like 50 years old now. I'm going to just be the cook and let y'all brother. No, it don't work that way, bro. Like, we all have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Even the women who's cook, like, learn how to poison, you know what I'm saying? And learn how to use it for healing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what you got to do. And also, like, yo, like, man, make sure that you train your children on how to fight, how to be strapped up, you know what I'm saying, how to do all of that stuff. And, you know, listen, like, I've been doing like just working, I'm like in the 60s, right? 1964, it's like 30 riots, well, black, not riots, it's black, like uprisings from black people all throughout the country, where the police would do, you know what they were doing? Throwing Molotov cocktails and stuff at the police, beating the people up as they roll past their neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? This is the 60s that y'all talk about. That's so, and you ain't gonna do nothing when people, and you know what we do? Like that old white joint with Emmett Till, she's still breathing, by the way. Like, I don't understand. Well, I guess she's still breathing. I hope she's not, you know what I'm saying? But look, what we do, we protest outside of her house, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think they're gonna protest? No, like, well, you know, I don't know.
Oh, she's still breathing. But I'm gonna tell you what, back in the day, like you said, we had cocktails, we had shootouts with police, we showed them and we fought back. We fought back. Did we not? We fought back. But now it's like, oh my God, we can't do nothing. They're gonna kill you, they're gonna shoot you, they're gonna do this, honey, it's so many of us, they can't take all of us at one time. What the world are you talking about? This is crazy. I don't understand what in the world is going on for black people to be so, I don't know. It's almost like we are brain hypnotized. That's what I want to say. It's almost like we're hypnotized. I'm telling you, I can almost say this again about that drug that we saw on that last ship. I'm telling you, it was a drug that no matter what, and I'm telling you, they didn't have that on the movie for nothing. They had this drug on there, and it was like black folk just, I mean, it was like people. It wasn't black people. It was just people that you could go walk up to them and slap, and they just looked at you. They didn't do anything. They just kept sweeping, kept doing what they was doing. And you're not going to tell me I sure want to watch that to get the name of this drug, because I'm telling you, something is going on. I'm telling you, it's some of us, it affects, and others it don't. As something, because I cannot understand, to save my life, what is it going to take for us to get tired and for us to do what we need to do to protect our children. Shame on this parents for allowing this, and you not do something about it. I do not condone, and I will always say I don't condone violence, but you're not going to hit me and get away with it. We was talking about some things today at work about, you know, when people coming in, they doing their little damage, shooting up places and doing that and the other. And I just looked at them. I ain't say nothing, because I said, you come my way, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm just saying, you're not gonna hurt me and get away with it, because I know how toxic these people is. And it's a shame that we have to talk about stuff like this at, you know, on our jobs. It's a shame that you have to talk about stuff like this. This should not be a normal conversation, but it's almost like a normal conversation, you know, that we look for people to come in and shoot up stuff. No, this is not normal behavior. And they keep talking about, oh, the guns. It's not the guns. It doesn't happen to them like this. How many white kids, you know, walk up to a door and get shot in the head and blown away twice? Then you can't find no help. I guarantee you, if there was in a black neighborhood and a white man had shot that child, hey, I'm going to tell you what, in a black neighborhood, black folk would have handled, you know what I'm saying? White folk, they would have handled their business. You're not going to sit up there and shoot their children and get away with it. That's not going to happen. You know they would have been at your house. You know they would have took care of you. You know doggone well. What was that story you did about that black girl and the white girl held a gun on her and I was riding, and I couldn't get on live that day. But you did a story on the black girl the white girl held a gun on her and her daughter, and they threatened the black girl so bad that she was afraid to go to court. Ended up not going to court, dropping the charges, and now they get ready to sue her. Remember that story you did?
Yeah,
and that white woman held that gun on her 16-year-old child, and she didn't even go to court because they stuck together. That's what they do. When is black folk gonna learn how to do the same thing? That's all I want to know. When we gonna show up and show out? We always seeing them show up and show out. When we gonna do the same thing? When we gonna do? When? That's all. When? Go ahead, Forecast.
No, yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I agree with you. It's all facts. And my thing is like, yo, we say that, oh, well, you know, they got guns, they're gonna do that. Well, we're talking about 11-year-old or 14-year-old. I don't know how he got killed. You know what I'm saying? We talk about, we got too many casualties already. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I understand that people be like, yo, I got this to lose. But certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like, we not even willing to part with. That's keeping you enslaved in the first place. Like, and when people be like, yo, I'm more afraid, well, I would say I'm more afraid not to do something because, like, I already know what's going to happen if I don't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm more afraid to not do something than to do something to make this stuff stop happening. You know what I'm saying? And we, like, because I would say, like, and if people take it the wrong way, I don't mean it this way, but I say you have to be willing to sacrifice your children, meaning, like, train them, like, anything could happen, you know what I'm saying? And you want them to be prepared for anything that may or may not happen. You know what I'm saying? You have to prepare them for battle, you know what I'm saying? And like when I say sacrifice children, they sacrifice their children to send them to the schools to get spit on and beat up, you know what I'm saying? And we got to sacrifice our children, like a generation at least going to have to take a hit, you know what I'm saying? But no matter what you do, you know what I'm saying? Like I always repeat the lady from Florida, who was in Rosewood. She was like, anytime you build something, you know what I'm saying, just don't be surrounded, you know what I'm saying? Because they probably gonna do to you what they did to us. So whatever you build, no matter where in the world you go, you better be ready to protect it because they coming, you know what I'm saying? I can guarantee you that. And you can't stop, you can't be friends with everybody no more. It's not your fault. You didn't start this war. But you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta adjust, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the test, you know what I'm saying? Stop being so nice to everybody except for yourself, and then you'll be free. But anyway.
You're right. Tuco, greetings. Thank you for joining. He said, I didn't know you were live tonight. Usually I don't go during the week. I usually do it on Sundays. This was just such an important topic. And I also want to discuss, and then he said YouTube does not send out notifications. You guys check your, make sure you guys are still subscribed. A lot of times they unsubscribe people. And I check mine all the time because I wasn't even subscribed to Tanzan anymore. So I wasn't getting any of her notifications. So I don't know what happened, but just check every now and then, just check to see if you guys are still subscribed. But what about the Mexican guy? I want to talk a little bit about him. And this Mexican dude said that they built America. They built America. I'm like, when? We was here first. So was it nothing when you came? You just came. And you talking about you built America? What are you doing? What are you talking about? This is what I'm saying. We as Black people have to get to the point where we are holding our own, teaching our own, because now they're getting ready to start teaching the Mexicans built America. Your history is going to be wiped out, Black folk. I don't understand. Why is it that we're so lethargic? We are so just like, we just don't care what they say. We don't care what they do. We just go along with everything. They can teach our children LGBT, elemental P. They can treat us any kind of way. We don't say anything. Nobody is saying anything. I'm like, does anybody hear what they're saying now? Does anybody care? Or is it, well, it's not my family? Is it that me and my attitude? Or is it, well, it didn't affect me. Well, who cares what they say? Well, no, it's important. Because guess what? If they start talking about they built America, that means history is getting ready to change. So your children are going to look like we didn't do nothing. Where did we come from? Oh, you were always servants. No, we weren't. We were always slaves. No, we weren't. The Bible didn't even call us slaves. They called us servants. We were servants in the Bible. We weren't slaves. So my thing is, when is it that we take authority and we start telling our own stories? But this is what they're trying to tell us. This is what we're trying to tell us, that they built America. I seen that recently. This was something I seen today. And I seen it on YouTube, and I was like, what in the world? I don't understand this stuff. But we don't say anything. We just allow crazy stuff to go on. But at what point do we stand up and make a difference? When do we speak up? When do we say anything but I'm praying for you? When do we say anything besides that? Because that's all I'm hearing us say. I'm hearing us say, well, we'll pray. We're going to be praying for you. Because that's all Kamala Harris said. Was we're praying for you. Wasn't that it? That was it. It's been time for us to get mad. It's been time. The other roof went in that church. We should have been mad then. We should have been mad then. When Trayvon Martin died, we should have been mad. When Michael Brown died, we should have been mad. Sandra Bland was back in the day. We should have been mad. All of these black folk has died and taken a hit. And nobody, and now Shaquilla, okay, you see now where America said, we're not even going after the killers. Then this is a black girl that went to Mexico and died. Her friend, her so-called friends, her hood buddies, right? That she paid for a trip. She paid for all of their trip, the whole trip, right? And they went and killed her on her birthday. That's how much they thought of her. And America is saying, up, nothing to see here. We're not doing nothing. Okay, Mexico, nothing. Nobody, no charges, nothing. Really? So you're going to stand for that? Her father and mother is going to stand for them doing absolutely nothing? At what point do you care about your own? At what point do we pick up the mantle and be like, this is done. We're done. At what point do we make a difference and allow our voices to be heard? Or we just going to continue, well, we praying. God get him. He going to get the justice for us. He told you to get the justice. He didn't say always wait for me. He told you to go get it. But if you want to sit there and we're going to just pray for you, I'm praying for you. Okay. Go ahead and keep praying. We've been praying for a long time. At what point do we move? What point do we move? Faith without works is dead, right? So when do we have some faith? When do we put faith behind those prayers? Ever? Or do we just continue praying for them? I'm just saying. But you have to understand, a lot of Christians have gotten that scripture all tangled up. He did never tell you to forgive people that's been killing you in the streets, that's not even asking you for your forgiveness. That's not what that scripture means. And that's what's wrong with the religion among black people. We think he's talking about them. He was never talking about them. He called them serpent people. So at what point did he tell you to forgive serpent people? To forgive people that's killing your children because they rung a doorbell, killing your children because I want to. Just because I can. The 14-year-old that he killed, the white guy shot in the back, he was sitting down playing, just sitting down, minding his own business. The man got out of his truck, drove over there, shot the boy, got in the truck, left, and then told police it was self-defense. So they let him out of jail. He was out for 3 months. They said, oh, we can't arrest him, because he said it was self-defense, so we're waiting to investigate. Oh, we have to be in jail while you wait to investigate. But they can be out while you investigate? Just like the dude that shot up A&T. I say A&T. Okay, he had all these guns, right? He didn't shoot him up, but he was getting ready to. The white guy, he got off. They arrested him, let him out. All these bullets and all of this that he had. So you better be careful. Better medicine, welcome. So when do we get tired? When do we make a difference? When do we take this into our own hands to make a difference? Go ahead, Forecast.
Yeah, and I've been mad for a long time, and there's nothing wrong with saying like, yo, stop killing me, you know what I'm saying? And making somebody's, like, if somebody punches you in your face, you know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, well, I can't say don't punch me in the face tomorrow. Like, and sometimes to make them stop punching you in the face, like, you might have to fight them every day for like a year, you know what I'm saying? But you have to do what you have to do, you know what I'm saying? So even if I know a lot of people be afraid and they think it's just whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like, no, like, you're really going to have to like show that you're not scared and like protect your community, like, and as a whole, and don't wait for somebody to get killed for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? You want to show, like, that the economic thing is a whole nother thing, but no matter what you do in this world, if you don't have punishments or some kind of justice or whatever for the people who hurt you, if you never have that, then they will just continue to do it. That's just what the world does. And every living organism in the universe wants to survive and reproduce and live on to the next generation, except for, I guess, like Black people, because it don't seem like that right now. You know, I don't know what's going on with that, but like that's only a natural product of like reality. You know what I'm saying? Like if something is threatening your existence, you know what I'm saying, you adapt and you exterminate it if you have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's by any means necessary, not even to go that way, but like that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's it.
You're right about that. I'm looking at this. If we had collective self-respect, half the things other races get away with, we wouldn't let slide. And we do. We let anything go. We let them say anything, do anything. I remember a time when white folk would have been scared to look at Black folk. Remember that, Bakari? White folk, when I was in high school, white folk didn't come. They didn't think about looking you crazy. They didn't think about saying anything to you. They didn't think about doing anything to us. They didn't think about us just, you know, they weren't thinking about all that. They knew what to say. They knew what to not say. They knew how to look. Half of them didn't look at you. Half of them, you know, were separate in their own little groups. They didn't bother saying anything to us. But now, man, they look at you. Now they're shooting you for ringing the doorbells. I'm like, what in the world is going on? So we can't walk around. We can't turn our cars around. And that, the other case wasn't even Black. So I don't even have, that's not my concern right there. My concern is right here. This young man right here, period. Plain and simple. I don't give a damn what they do to them. They can, that's why I don't write crime, right? But they ain't gonna talk about that, right? They'll talk about, you know, well, this guy. My thing is we have to get to the point we holding them accountable. We have to hold them accountable. They're not even holding themselves accountable. We are not holding them accountable when they do stuff to our children. That's crazy. Just like George, what's the boy? George, what was it? The guy that killed Trayvon Martin, Zimmerman, right? Why is he still breathing? That's my issue. That's my question. I don't understand any of it. I don't understand. What's it gonna take? Why is he still breathing? You mean to tell me even Amber Geiger, why is she in jail and still breathing? Just having a good old life. I don't understand stuff like this. I don't. We have all these criminals in jail and don't nobody take care of them when they come into jail. What the hell is going on? I'm just like, Lord, this is crazy. I mean, live a good old life in jail, in prison, been there happily ever after and just enjoying her little life. You know what I'm saying? So at what point do we get tired of what we're seeing? At what point do we start holding them accountable is what I'm saying. Somebody asked me if I went to school with whites. Yeah, I went to school with white folk. Oh, Lord.
And I'm mad about that too, Cassandra.
Oh, that right there is the main issue. This is the problem right here. This right here is the best thing that Black folk could have did was to allow our enemies to educate our children. I'm going to say it till the day I die. I'm telling you. And it's getting worse. I mean, you look at our schools. Our kids act just like their kids. Our kids wasn't acting like this before. Now, and half of them can't read. Half of them can't read. I talked to a woman the other day. She said she had a student. This boy was in 9th grade. No, 5th grade. I'm sorry, 5th grade. Right. And they was talking about the little boy and they kept passing him. They just been passing him. Can't even read. What Black teacher saw that he couldn't read and allowed him to pass? This is what I'm saying. Why? What is going on that we don't even care about our own? We got to do better. This is crazy. I mean, they just do whatever. Whatever they want to do, they do. Whatever they want to say, they say. And sometimes they be talking slick out their mouth. And I'm like, look, what in the world? Who are you talking to? We don't check them for nothing. We just let them say, we let them do anything we want to. All those neighbors right there should be held accountable for not helping that young man. All of them should be held accountable. He went to 3 neighbor houses. And the last neighbor did what? He breathed everywhere, blood everywhere. You know, you get shot in the head, you got blood everywhere, right? You got blood. He told the boy to get on the ground. What the hell I'm getting on the ground for? I'm already shot. What you gonna shoot me? What you gonna shoot me again? What the hell? Wouldn't even help the boy. What if he hadn't got on the ground, he wasn't gonna help him? I'm done. These people. But these are the people that Black folk want to marry. These are the people that Black folk want to mix and mingle with. These are the people you want to have children with. These are the people that you want to trust your seed with. Are you kidding me? They don't ever change. So yeah, okay, if the white girl, white guy, they seem okay. They got family members that's not. So that means you leave your child with her, she leaves them with them, and then what happens to your child? Black man, black woman, who's having seized by these diabolicals, devils. Okay? This is crazy. But y'all haven't learned. God called them serpent people. We call them friends and sleeping with them and mixing and mingling with them. And Deuteronomy tells you not to. Do y'all need to read it? Oh, I forgot y'all don't read the Bible. But it still stands. Because if you look around you, everything's happening. It's written. But y'all want to sit up there, oh, I don't believe the Bible. Okay, y'all better look at that thing because that's the book of life right there. It's telling you and showing you what's happening right now. It's written in there. Read Revelations and see. Don't you see what's happening right now in that book? So tell me it's not true. Y'all can say what you want to say. Go ahead, Forecast.
Yeah, and the brother in the chat, Deron, he was like, yeah, I think they're going to start using them, like kind of like, but he was like, they're going to start using guns on black folk. I don't know where you've been at for like the last 700 years, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And you like, yo, because they're protected. So don't you think that if you do the same and protect your own, more of your people will be breathing? You know what I'm saying? Don't you even realize that could be like a factor in it, that we don't protect each other and we don't stand up with each other to protect our communities and all of that stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm saying is like, you have to have a system dealing, because they're always going to create a system that's for them. That's the purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to make one that benefits you and helps you and lifts you up and protects your community, gives you the food, clothing, and shelter. That's whatever. Because at the end of the day, like, the law is whatever, but the law is the person who has the, you know what I'm saying, the thing right there, and to say this is mine, you know what I'm saying, give it up. That's the person who's in charge, bro. Like at some point we have to let go of that, where they've done it. They've done everything that you can think of and things that you can't even think of. That's why we're sitting here talking about, oh, they're going to do this and they're going to do this now, because they've done all of that. You know what I'm saying? At some point we got to realize, man, yo, enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you should start building things to protect your community, and maybe more of our own wouldn't be meeting this fate. You know what I'm saying? If we realize, well, they protect their people, so that's why they're breathing. Like, I should do that too then, right? But I'll pass the mic.
Exactly. We should do that. And when are we going to do it? What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Who was the young black lady? I don't know who. Anybody know who this is? They said, who was the other black young lady that knocked on a white person's door and he shot her in the face? Oh, wow. When did that happen? Because I know that the car turned around in the driveway. They were white. So who cares? I ain't even reporting on that because I don't care. But who was the black couple? Who was that? Somebody look that up for me. Non-white swirl. Welcome. You guys like and share as you come in. Like and share. Like and share. Like and share. Thumbs up. Whatever they say. But my thing is, it's time for us to come together, not just to have a conversation like this. This right here is where the think tanks come in. This is why I keep telling us we need think tanks. We talked about this before, Forecast. We need think tanks. And this right here is where the think tanks come together and come up with a conclusion to this matter in order to get justice. And I'm just saying, either he go to jail or he gonna go to jail. You feel me? One way or another, you're going to jail. I'm just saying. So at some point, we have to get together nationwide, globally, and come up with our own think tanks and handle our business and stop sitting up here waiting on white supremacy to do something about their own. They never hold themselves accountable. They never hold themselves guilty, and they never gonna punish somebody white for doing something to black folk. They never have done that. So what are you waiting for? They happened to do it for George Floyd because it was nationwide, globally. It was done nationwide. The dummy did it on the camera. And I was shocked that he went to jail for that, because I was thinking they was gonna say, oh, he fell on his neck and couldn't get up. I'm just saying, they come up with dumb stuff, stupid stuff to tell us, and then it don't make no sense. But look at us, and keep on going. They'll say, oh, well, we're waiting on the victim to give a statement. What the hell you need a victim to give a statement? He got 2 bullets in his head. He may not even remember what happened. So if he don't remember what happened, does that mean that you're not going to arrest this white piece of nothing? Is that what you mean? So you're blaming him? Well, you couldn't remember, so we can't punish him because you can't remember what happened. Really? Okay. So does that mean that we could do the same to him? Because we're waiting on the victim to give us a statement, right? So does that mean that whatever happens to him, they're going to wait for us The victim, him, to give a statement when he can't. But nobody went to jail. So what are we going to do about it? And this is what needs to happen. We need to understand, and we need to talk about this. We need to establish something globally to be able to come together. Rather we globally have a Zoom globally for stuff just like this. We should be in the think tank rooms having a conversation about what needs to happen right here and right now to handle that situation. But we don't do that. We don't ever do nothing. We just sit up there and bitch and complain, but nothing changes. And then we get Tariq Nasheed, then we get other people that's going to come. What we need to do, we need something done about this. We need to stop coming together and just, okay, this is a conversation. Let's form that think tank globally. Why can't we do that? Why aren't we doing that? Why don't we have this? But they'll talk about the Tennessee 2. I'm not even going to say the Tennessee 3 because the white woman didn't get no. So how's she a Tennessee 3 anything? It was Tennessee 2 because 2 of them lost their position. But that's something that's happened before. But that went globally. That went worldwide, didn't it? But so why can't the think tanks come up and go worldwide? Coming together, saying, okay, this is what we're going to do about this. And having a Zoom, a nationwide. Zoom goes all over the world. Or WhatsApp goes all over the world. Why aren't we having those think tanks? Why aren't we having those conversations so that we can stop this? Yes, Renisha McBride? Really? When did that happen? Tuco. Oh, I don't think he's going to jail either. Yeah, look at this. This was what he said. He said, I don't think the old guy is going to jail. He'll get off through the grand jury. He's going to get off, and the grand jury is let me tell you something. The grand jury is an excuse that they use not to prosecute somebody because these defense attorneys can do whatever they want. This is what they do when they're not going to prosecute, but they already have you set up to believe that he's going to use stand your ground law. Even though the boy was shot twice, even on the ground, you shot him twice. So you had the nerves to introduce stand your ground. When this boy was shot, he landed on the ground, no threat. He shot him again. Now you're going to throw stand your ground out there? Really? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Renisha McBride. Okay. She was only 19 years of age. Wow. You know anything about that forecast? That Renisha?
I don't really know that one. That name sounds familiar, but I don't know that one. But that's crazy.
Man, I'd like to look that one up. That is something. But go ahead. You got something to say on that one, forecast?
Yeah, because I definitely agree with you, and unfortunately, because like in this wide on, because a lot of times a lot of brothers and sisters don't support when they have to, you know what I'm saying? Like when we talk about these meetings and stuff, like consider you down. I know if I call you like, yo, let's have the meeting and we're gonna talk about it, you're gonna be like, yeah, absolutely. And
I'm there.
Yeah, and Bakari and Erica, they're gonna be like but unfortunately, because you can't be like, well, I didn't know about it because we say it, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, a lot of people don't be serious when it comes to it in the first place. And even for less extreme measures, considering you saw it, because you talk about the brother all the time, that's the point of a militia. Even if you don't want to actually do something, you know what I'm saying, you still could go down there and make noise in front of them people's house if that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like we could go back to 1953 when the signs say no justice, no peace, but you got to do something instead of doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? But that's the point of having these militias. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you see the support that you're going to get from a lot of people. So I think it's still doable, like especially if you do it the right way. We talk about even just communication on that stuff like the ham radio for other kind of stuff. But like when we have these meetings, we talk about, business ways you can make money and then like investing in each other and each other's businesses and stuff like that. Yeah. And like, you take it one step at a time because you know what, we don't have nothing. You build everything, you know what I'm saying? So that's like, but at the same time, right, you have to draw the line in the sand. And I don't care how afraid that you are, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's the point of what courage is for, you know what I'm saying? to stand up to it. And I can guarantee you it's not going to turn out as bad as you think it is. You know what I'm saying? If anything, that's one good thing about integration. We ain't all in one community to blow us up. So now you could be an incel instead of letting them get into you, you can get into them.
Yeah.
And just start up from where you at then. You know what I'm saying? And it don't got to be extreme, nothing. It could just be like keeping your dollars if you don't want no problems like that. You know what I'm saying? And let the soldiers handle the soldier stuff. But at the end of the day, you gonna have to support each other. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like, yo, this brother did this, and you know what I'm saying? Or look on the other side, the brothers be like, yo, you ain't doing this, but we have to be for the same agenda. You know what I'm saying? The people who want to be technology, go be a technology. People want to be in business, go be in business. You want to be a gangster, be a gangster, but use it for revolutionary purposes. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying we should do. You know what I'm saying?
Just like you mentioned, Grandmaster, what he was teaching, he was trying to teach Black folk how to come together, and he did it. It was thousands of people out there marching, right? That's what the white folk got scared of, right? That's what they got scared of. They wouldn't, that had never been for a long time done in America, right? So now all of a sudden you got this Black dude trying to come up with all these niggas with guns. Are you crazy? Are you kidding? That's what threatened him. That's what threatened. Let's see what this is. What you're saying. Unfortunately, because the kids is a Liberian immigration, the family will probably forgive the man, like the family. Well, let him forgive Martha Jean, who forgave and hugged Amber. Yes, he did. He hugged Amber.
Yeah, but he said, but that's a problem with Black people globally, though, because like, yo, the people in Buffalo, I seen they sitting there talking about Jesus and stuff. They was from America, like, you know what I'm saying? And this is not to be like, but the Coon gene is like the Mobutu gene is everywhere with us. Like we didn't see mass shootings, and they talking about Jesus forgives, and like, no, he didn't. Even in the story, no, he did not. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like if you read it. But that's what I'm saying, yo. If you turn the other cheek, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna run out of cheeks, you know what I'm saying? And I say Revelations 13:10, you know what I'm saying? He who killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. He who, who leadeth into captivity must go into captivity, say of the saints. That's what Revelation 13 said.
Yeah, he said in Joel 3, what they did to you go happen to them. But my thing, he also said, do unto others, right? Right? Come on, y'all. Come on. He said, do unto others. But we have to understand that we have to get our minds together here. I don't know, we scared. Are we scared, or we just, what is it? I'm trying to figure it out. I don't understand it. What is it that we need to do? What needs to happen? I mean, come on. Are we waiting on, go ahead. We waiting on it to happen to us? What are we waiting for?
Because unfortunately, right? Because and I don't think it's but I think even if we don't do something right now, even the children born today is like in trouble. And I think that's where it's gonna have to be, like the next generation, and put it into them to be the warriors, you know what I'm saying, and train them. And I think that like it got beat out of us. A part of it got beat out of us. Psychologically, we got damaged by it. You know what I'm saying? But also we lost control over our children's minds when we start sending them to their schools, like we talk about all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's why everything is bad, and we don't understand. Like, white bitches is the main. I'm sorry to even say that, but they're the main teachers on the planet, you know what I'm saying? And they're the main teachers of our children all over the planet, but especially in America, you know what I'm saying? And that's where you lost your children. You got to get your children's mind back. And I think that's the only hope, you know what I'm saying?
You're right. Lance, welcome. Good evening. Welcome. We love newcomers. Like and share as you come in. What we talk, you have to probably replay it because I'm going to get off in a minute, but it's just here. I did look up. This is a young lady. I looked it up here. I want to show you her face. I do remember this. This happened back in 2013, but let me show you her face. This is her. This is the young woman, right? What the young man was talking about. This is the one that was shot in the face, right? And let me show you the story. Hold on. This is crazy. Renisha McBride killer gets a minimum of 17 years in prison. 17 years minimum. That's all he got. This was him. Okay. I'm trying to see if I must be able to show his face. That's his. Well, you can't see. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you something better than that. Okay, that's him right at the trial. Right, that's him. Shot her in the face. Right, but got 17 years. Now, if that had been me, and I'd have shot a little white girl, I'd be still in jail today. Right, I'd have been. So like I'd have did it like 25 years. I'd still been in jail, and I'd probably have had life upon life upon life. I'm just saying. This is what our system, our prison system does. Right. But we cannot get to the point where we want to get revenge. It's written. Remember David? I'm gonna keep on bringing up David. When they came into camp and they took the women and children, right? They came in this camp, took the women and children, and he asked God, "Shall I pursue?" And he said, "Yes, and you shall recover all." So what are we waiting for? I'm just saying. Do we sit here? We waiting on him. He's waiting on you. So at what point do we get up and do what we need to do? At what point do we create what we need to create? Because these white folks talking, they got their little clubs, they got their little YouTube channel, they got all them little quiet groups and stuff. You think they're not coming together? You think they're not meeting right now? You think they're not talking about the next little nigga they're gonna hang? You think they're not talking about the next one that they're gonna shoot in the face? You think they're not having that conversation? This was a conversation. Just like when Peyton went into that grocery store, he had a retired FBI person on the phone seeing it live. Did they bring charges up against him? No, they didn't, did they? Peyton was the only one, right? But it was known. He did it live. And the FBI, ex-FBI person was telling him what to do. How do you think he knew how to cover his whole body? Peyton had he was covered from head to toe. Nobody could get a shot through. Had a gun when police got there and still live. But then when they come to see you, they expect you to die. You ain't got no nothing in your hand. No brush, you got a phone, and you die. Well, she had a phone. I thought it was, come on. When do we make a difference? When do we stand up and say, no more? We're not doing this. Jayland Walker was shot 40 times by the police. Popo. Now, this right here, this is ridiculous. Read this here. This is freaking crazy right here. Let me get my little thing here. This is crazy. Tell me why. And nothing was done. Tell me why. And you dismissed it. You dismissed charges. You dismissed it. 40 times? They doing exactly what they want to do. You turning it over to the grand jury, but guess what? You don't even know how they presented it because Daniel Cameron showed us that he didn't present it the right way for the grand jury to say guilty or not. So they using the grand jury as an excuse. But okay, if they didn't have sense enough and they shot this boy 40 times, then what do we do about it? This is where the think tanks come in at. This is where we come together and say, let's meet so-and-so, nationwide. Let's get our stuff out there. Let's broadcast and let us begin to scare them. It's time for us to bring fear to them. And we can do it. Let them find out we're doing a global think tank. I guarantee you them crackers get scared. I guarantee you. Because what them black folk getting ready to do? Oh my God, what they getting ready to do? But guess what? I guarantee you we'd win. Because we got the guts. You know we have the standing power. You know we can do this. You know that everybody ain't scared of them. Everybody ain't scared of them crackers. Most black people walk around the community anxious and fearful, and that's why many of us are so angry. You're right. You're right. Because we let it out on each other. We don't let it out on them. We let it out on each other. But this is sad. This is sad. Let's see what else. Social media and the video, cell phones are a game changer. Everything is coming to light, but it's not changing anything. Just like the 40 shots. You didn't see 40 bullets in that boy's body? How could you allow them to walk after seeing 40 bullets? And I guarantee you it was some coons on that grand jury that allowed it to happen. Because most of the time they bring coons on there, black folk coons, that's gonna sit up there and not have nothing to say because you got all these white folk. You trying to, I'm not gonna go against the white folk. I'm gonna just vote the way they vote. I'm not gonna make them think I'm for the black people. Well, they telling you they for their own. So why is it so hard for us to stand for our own? Tell me why. Because I see people on these jobs that'll sit up here and won't even speak to the next black person that come on board, but it's fall over backwards for these crackers. I'm sick of this. This is ridiculous. I don't even know what to, forecast. I don't know what to say. I just don't know. I don't understand. I don't know what it's gonna take. I don't know what it's going to take for us to do what we need to do. I don't know what's it going to take for us to get so mad to want to change things that we go after changing globally. Because I want globally. That means worldwide. That means in Africa. That means in the Caribbean, Jamaica, all globally. Black folk globally should be mad enough right now to say it's got to change. If you don't change it, we're going to change it. And when Black folks stand up and do that, I guarantee you we'll see a change. And we don't even have to be violent. We can hold our money. You can hold your money for 3 months. Don't buy nothing but groceries. Now, groceries high enough right now. You ain't got money to do nothing but buy groceries. But I'm just saying, you buy bare minimum right now. You buy bare minimum right now. Okay. And watch them panic. Watch them panic. So it's time for us to do something. Come on, Bakari. Join the fun.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Welcome.
What up,
Say
Bakari?
What's going on, forecast?
Are you low, Bakari?
Oh, what about now? Because I'm out and about still, and I was just trying to. How about now? Can you hear me
Yeah,
better
you good
now?
now. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hey, did y'all see that a few weeks ago where the cops shot at this black dude 90 times? They missed him though. 90 times.
How you miss it 90 times?
90. Look it up. You can look it up. I forget what city it was in.
What are you talking about?
90. They shot at him 90. So we got to get mad. I made my homeboy mad at me yesterday. I was trying to get Forecast mad. He ain't get mad. Shaka got mad at me. Good. We need to get mad. Keep getting mad with me so we can take it out on somebody else. It's time for us to get mad. It's time for us to do something different. It's time. I don't know if anybody agree with that. I don't even know if y'all can hear me still.
We can hear you. We hear you.
It's time for us to get really mad. It's. I know a lot of us been mad. I heard Forecast say he been mad. I'll tell you right now, I've been mad. But we need more of us to get mad, and we got to come together and create a course of action.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we got to do. We have to create a plan of action. Because if we don't, the same thing gonna happen. I don't give a damn how old that dude is. 85. So what? 85 lashes is what he deserves.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he deserves. I don't know if nobody else agree with that, but that's what I say.
I disagree. Like 885 lashes.
Okay, 885.
I'm gonna say death.
Oh, I can say that. I can say that too. I can say that. I can say that too. Death. Okay.
My thing is, you do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Sowing and reaping is real. So when does he get his sowing and reaping?
Yep.
Because I've had enough. Go ahead, sorry.
We have to do something. We literally got to do something. What we say is our future is our youth. Is watching us. They're watching us. They're watching us. And with them watching us, we're not giving them anything to respect. We're not giving them anything to respect. Nothing. Nothing. We ain't even acting like black men. We acting like black boys. I know they used to have a saying a few years back, I'm not my ancestors. You damn right we ain't our ancestors. You're right. We are not. We are not our ancestors. Our ancestors put in some work with way less than what we have now. They put in work. When are we going to put in that same type of work? When are we going to stop these people from hurting us, killing us, beating our children, beating our women? It's time for black men to step up to the damn plate. And it's just that simple. It's time for us to step up to the plate. And that's my take on it. I yield the mic.
I seen that one where you said news. I'm gonna let y'all read it. This is what I seen, the one about the 90 times. This is it right here, y'all. Akron police officer fired 90 plus shots during confrontation with fleeing motorists. 90 times.
And you know, the one I saw, like a couple of them that was over 100 times. They shot into this apartment like 100 times with this young brother, and then this couple in Ohio. They was I think it was 124 or 150, one or the other. That's
What?
the most I've seen.
Who shoots that? Who? Why would you have to shoot some? Well, it's almost like target practice. I don't care what nobody say. That's target practice. That's target practice. Who's shooting somebody 90 times? Why? That makes no sense. I don't know. And that Jalen, what happened to Jalen? The brother Jalen, right? He got shot 46 times. 46 times. And like you said, they let him off. So where's the justice? When do we go and say, okay, we allowed the justice to happen? Now we have to remember that movie where the black guy, this was maybe last year, a couple years ago, the black guy's son was shot by police, and he went in and he took the police station hostage, right? Remember that? The one officer that shot him, he held him on, put him on trial. Remember that? Does anybody I don't remember the movie, but I remember seeing it. And the black father went into the police, and he put the officer that shot his son on trial. At the end, he ended up dying because they did. He already knew he was gonna die, but at the end, he let everybody go, and they ended up coming in and killing him. But he just needed to, prove a point. But I didn't like how it ended, because it ended where the cop that shot his son lived, but he died. I'm like, hey, if I'm finna die, you finna go with me. I'm just saying, I believe in equal justice. I don't believe in you, hey, we come here for a reason, we come here for a purpose, and you do what you got to do. This is your purpose, But it's just, I don't know. It's just so we gotta do something. That's all I'm saying. We have to do something at some point. Maurice, welcome. Let's see what you got. That's what my brother said. The nervous system has been replaced as a people. We must get reconnected with each other. When one part of our body is hurt, we all feel it, or at least enough of us feel it. We respond accordingly. You're right. You are so right. We have to do something about that. You have to do something. We don't just, right now, we all hurt, and we just allowing ourselves to be hurt. And I put the link in there if you want to come up. But anybody want to come up? Maurice, you want to come up? Come on up. But we have to get to the point where we see this. We see what's happening. They're paying target practice. Anytime you shooting somebody 46 times, this man shot this baby twice in the head. He shot him one time. He hit the ground. Then he went and proceeded to shoot him again. What was the reason? He was trying to kill that baby. So I don't even understand how this baby lived being shot twice in the head. And this dude, and they had the nerves to come up and say, hey, this could be a stand your ground. How is it stand your ground? How? Tell me, how do you get stand your ground out of that? I don't understand. Stand your ground. When was the threat? Where was the threat, for one? He was knocking on your door. He rung your doorbell. So was he trying to break in? Where was the threat? You didn't even ask, who is it? You didn't say, it takes 2 minutes to say, hey, you got a doorbell, you got the ringer, and hopefully the ringer was recording, but you got a doorbell, you have a ringer, and you never once said anything. You just shot the boy. Didn't even ask him what he wanted. Didn't say, hey, can I help you? Because 90-year-olds go to bed at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. It's still light. So you could have saw through the ringer that it was a young guy. Didn't ask any questions, just shot him. Rather, Erica said he shot through the door. I didn't read that when I was reading, but I know he got shot, right? Then the young brother died. He's on the ground. You go open the door and you shoot him again. What was the threat? I'm still not understanding the threat. I still don't see the threat. Go ahead, forecast. Bakari, where you go?
Yeah, and shouts out to Maurice Muhammad. The threat was he was a young brother, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's hatred. I don't think it's a fear thing. I think they get off on that kind of behavior because that's, savage like behavior that comes with the environment. And then we let them give us these what's the word? Not poverty, but scarcity mindset, right? And we come from abundance, you know what I'm saying? But now we have this scarcity mindset in our heads, and then we take it out on each other because you better not do nothing to that white man or his girl because you know what he gonna do to you, but you can't do it to your brother because you know what they gonna do to you. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. You're supposed to make systems to protect you. You know what I'm saying? And well, I was gonna say, yeah, yo, as far as like, yo, we making our own stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we make it way too complicated, you know what I'm saying? Because the brother was like, yo, you probably go to school with a white person, you probably work for a white person. Yeah, and that makes me mad. Like, it should make you mad, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't even get to the point of us dying that makes us mad. I'm mad that, you know what I'm saying, how our school system is, how their systems are. I'm mad that, you know what I'm saying, like we don't get the proper health care. You know what I'm saying? I'm mad, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of our mothers and fathers dying from like diabetes at young ages. I'm mad our communities have been destroyed. You know what I'm saying? I'm mad at a lot of stuff. It shouldn't even get to the point where we talking about somebody dying now. That's crossing the line. That's an act of war. All of it is an act of war that they are purposely engaging on you. And one thing that I think we have not learned as a people is to put our tribal differences aside. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why I don't judge other brothers and I hold all of the smoke I got for other groups, you know what I'm saying? But once we learn how to be like, yo, these tribal issues is less important than what these white dudes is trying to do, you know what I'm saying? Then, or what other groups of people is trying to do to us, because it's not just them. Everybody is trying to be at the top and we trying to hold hands, you know what I'm saying? And be at the top and sing, you know, kumbaya with everybody. But that's not how it works, you know. It's heavy as the head that wears the crown, but it's heavier if the person who got the crown on stepping on your neck. You know what I'm saying? Now we got a problem, you know. But anyway, that's it. I'll pass the mic.
You're right. I'm telling you. But we're not mad yet. We still, what Kamala Harris said, we're praying for you. That's all she said. But she went to whole Africa and gonna condemn them for inhumane treatment. Civil rights, rights against what she said? Inhumane treatment of LGBT. Who cares? Who cares? You can't go to another country and talk about somebody else's country when your backyard got poop all in the yard. You trying to talk about somebody else's yard. Look at your yard. Let's look around at America's yard. And do you have a right to even go to anybody else's country to say anything? You went to a whole another continent trying to talk about something that's not even relevant over there. Okay, who cares? Let them handle their backyard. You take care of all this poop that's in your backyard. You just had a whole police officer that shot a kid 46 times and got away with it, right? Not holding anybody liable, but here we go again. This is when we need to come up with our own. We got to come up. We're not tired of allowing them to educate our children. We're not tired. This is why we're looking at the CRT. I did this Sunday. This is why they don't want CRT, the system, to be exposed. It's not about anything else but the system that they set up. They don't want it exposed. So Black folk, because the ones that still sleeping, don't really understand about CRT. It's the system, the systematical racism that's going on that they don't want exposed. Period. That's all it's got to do with. They want to keep, the enemy, the devil wants to keep stuff hid, and we allow it. And you got Black folks standing up, I don't want CRT. Are you doing your research to really understand what CRT is about? We have to get back to the basics. We have to get back to really uprooting, go to the root of all of this, okay? And it's not about the guns. It's about racism in America, that America does not want to. They're not ready to talk about it. Well, we need to force them to talk about it. When are we going to talk about it? Never. Let them tell it. We'll never talk about it. But when are we going to get mad enough to talk about it? We don't want to talk about it because they don't want to talk about it. That's crazy. That's ludicrous. Go ahead, Forecast.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, when you say like, we are in Jim Crow, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, think about what's happening between Jim Crow. It was the crack epidemic, the crack era where they destroyed our communities. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was in between the crack, segregation, and now them bringing back segregation, and we lost so much stuff during that time. And the brother was like, I don't think that white people work together, but they might be in the middle of a war. When Ukraine and Russia in the middle of a war, they would stop shooting at each other, to turn on them Africans both and kick them out the country, then get back to shooting each other once they deal with the Negroes. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, because they understand that like they might not like each other, they have their tribal beefs and stuff like that, but they've learned how to put aside that stuff when it comes to you. You know what I'm saying? We have not learned that, and then we wonder why we're at the bottom of everything. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, it's of course it's like that's what they plan on. You know, you think the crack epidemic wasn't like, because they, you know, privatized prisons didn't really become a thing until the 80s, you know what I'm saying, when the crack epidemic hit. Like, and you don't think that they have all of these things planned out from the beginning. That's why Cassandra was talking about, you know what I'm saying, with think tanks. You know, they plot on ways for generate right now. You know, Steve Bannon was like, I'm gonna put all of this money into the school system. And so like they spend a lot of this money to get a lot of representatives in, and now you see all of this CRT stuff passing, which is just you have to go to legal school to take a legal course to take it. But really, it's just you talking about Black history. So we still talk about what they call critical race theory, because we're gonna talk about our history, and we ain't gonna talk about even the history that Black people want to talk about, like where we got the whole hands in the John Brown, like because John Brown wasn't real, by the way, y'all. I'm gonna destroy all of your white savior dreams, you know what I'm saying? But like, yo, I'm gonna talk about how brothers and sisters who was using plants to poison them. You know, the brother I was talking about last time, he was like, okay, I couldn't get nowhere with the guns, so you know what? We're gonna have a whole war where we're gonna use the advantages that we do have and use it to our own, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, it was always a brother all the way up to like to the present day, a lot of times that snitch, you know what I'm saying? And that got to be dealt with in your own. I say we punish our own. Don't let nobody else punish your own people. Like, you don't see it, no other country letting somebody else punish their citizens, you know what I'm saying? You got to have the same mindset. But yo, like what I say is like they will put aside their differences when it comes to you, but you won't do the same. And until you do that, you know what I'm saying, you're in trouble. Like, and I don't know where we've been at for like 600 years. It's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? And it's not no different. It just looks different, but it's really not. Like, because that's what I'm saying. And they was way more gangster in the 1800s, 1880s. They built hospitals. You know what I'm saying? They got the same kind of treatment. They built the hospital. Now you can go to the poor Jones. It's still segregated. Because the hospitals that we go to, I know in my joint, like most people go to like community hospital and you get terrible treatment and you really ain't gonna get no good, or MCV, which is a student hospital. The students is working on you. You know what I'm saying? Like the schools is still segregated. You just got white teachers in them now. It's just, and you still get less funding. Like the books that we got, and I'm born in the 80s. The books that we got was like 10 years old already. It was missing pages. You didn't even have the current president in it. Like, I mean, I don't know. We are in the same, you know, situation today, but worse because we don't even know we in the situation. But I'm sorry, because it's dropped that somebody.
This is so crazy. You know what? I'm looking at all the history and all of what's going on, and it's just really been rewrapped. It's rewrapped. It's the same stuff regurgitated over and over. Jim Crow coming 2.0. Now they call it Jim Crow 2.0. This stuff, the same stuff never stopped, right? They had laws in the books. They said, oh, we took those laws off, but they still go by them. Oh, we have a civil rights move, but they included everybody. So even when it comes to Black people, it's never just for us. They always rewrap it or they don't use it. Oh, we got a hate crime bill only for the Asians, but it's on. Oh, we got a hate crime bill, but it's for nobody else but who? They have laws on the books, but they don't use them for us. They use them for everybody else but us. But when are we going to get to when are we going to get tired? I'm going to keep asking that question because I'm going to tell you what, if I was, you know how I feel about when they do the coups. This is the United States, what they do. They do the coups in other countries. My thing is you allow, and you said it, we have to handle the Candace Owens, the Tariq Nasheeds here that are coons. We have to handle that. How would handle it in Africa? I'm just talking, this is what Africa should do. You know, we have coons. If you allow white folk to use you against your own, then you just need to be done, period. That's separating the wheat from the tares, and that's what separating wheat from the tare means. It's separating Black folk coons from Black folk that's going to do something. That's exactly what he meant when he talked about separating the wheat from the tares, period. It don't mean anything else. We're not talking about no white folk. Who cares about them? Because they on their way out anyway. But it's black folk that's recreating with these white women, and it's black folk, which that is a total no. We ain't got no business recreating demon children with them cave snow people. That's a no. See, so this is how off focus we've gotten. You got pastors marrying white women, bringing them into the church now. You got to be kidding. What is going on with you? What's wrong with us, period? We done got to the place where we just do whatever. We just don't follow no kind of moral code, no kind of code of behavior, no nothing. We don't have nothing that we stand on. I'm not understanding this. We have codes, but now we go by the white folk codes. They believe in LGBT. We believe in LGBT. They believe in teaching our children masturbation. We believe in teaching our children masturbation. All of this dysfunctional stuff, black folk look and say, oh, let's try that. You ought to be tired of trying new stuff. Why are you letting dysfunctional people lead us? This is where we come back again to the think tanks. You got black folk out here that's tired. Black folk that's tired. We need to get together and we need to come up with a conclusion to the matter. We can't sit up here and wait on these folk, these coons. That thing of the best thing was a Becky. The best thing was a Ken. Come on, and you going against your own for somebody that's murdered your great granddaddy or your great grandmama, then hung them up and burned them alive, and then that seed that you married to, that slept with, his mama was watching them burn. All of that dysfunction falls down. It trickles down. If the head was diseased, and all of white folk head is diseased. That's diseased, dysfunctional right there. It trickled down to the babies and the grandchildren. And now the great-great-grandchildren. So now we call them friends. We're ready to marry them, but we're not coming up with a conclusion because we don't want to hurt white folks' feelings. I don't give a damn about white folks' feelings. It's time for us to hurt their feelings. It's time for us to do for us, and it's time for us to think about us, and it's time for us to get some revenge. But we don't have to draw weapons. We can hold our. I keep coming back to the money because money is power for them. Money is power. But then on the other hand, I do believe in justice. I believe in justice. And why are we not? Why don't we all believe in justice? You do something to me, I'm gonna do something to you. You hit me, I'm gonna hit you. We taught our children that back in the day, didn't we? They hit you, you hit them back, right? Somebody hit you, hit them back. Now the schools got you to the point where you hit your child fight, you get expelled or suspended, right? For 3 or 4 days. But you can complain. My granddaughter was complaining about somebody did something to her, right? The teacher looked at her and did absolutely nothing. She came and talked to me about it, talked to my daughter about it. Teacher had all these excuses why she didn't do it. I said, let's come on back right here. You can talk all of this over here, but I need to know right here why you didn't do anything when she came to you. Well, bring her back. Don't let her get off focus. We have to stop letting them get off focus, get us off of focus. Because then we want to separate. They say, oh, you trying to bring back Jim Crow. You trying to bring back the segregation. It never left. White flight, it never left. It never went. We move in their neighborhood, they move out, right? So when did integration happen? It happened for us. It never happened for them. So we have to understand what do we do next? What are we waiting for? What are we willing to do? What are we willing to do? Go ahead, Forecast. What are we willing to do?
No, you're absolutely right, Cassandra. And unfortunately, and I think all we need is the people who are determined, you know what I'm saying? That's why I always salute what you're doing, because you don't just talk, you know what I'm saying? You are about the action. And unfortunately, there aren't enough of us that is, and I learn lessons from you every day. So, and like the thing is, we give our DNA away so cheap, you know what I'm saying? And I heard something like recently, they was like, yo, we've been giving ourselves away for free so long. Now we'll sell ourselves for cheap. You know what I'm saying? So like we'll sell ourselves for $1, whether it be our body or anything else, you know what I'm saying? Our dignity. And as long as we have brothers selling each other out for $1, for pieces of paper of people who would have lynched us for having this conversation right now, you know what I'm saying? And we kill each other for these things, you know what I'm saying? And if we start understanding what is power, what is control, self-autonomy should be the goal for Black people, you know what I'm saying? And I get that people think that, you know what I'm saying, like, well, maybe it's maybe too hard for you, but like, I don't understand what we think that we're losing, you know what I'm saying? Because we can look at the statistics and all of that stuff and have that conversation. And then when black people was mad, even just over little stuff, like when the sister did that thing and it pissed a bunch of white people off, why are you sitting there explaining instead of just enjoying it? You know what I'm saying? Like, they should be mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. We have to explain to them why we're better in basketball than them. You know, it's crazy to me, you know, but it's been this way until we have a critical, I don't know what's going to be enough, because slavery might not have been enough. So I don't know. But yeah, I think the ones that we have to be business and build things and give things to our children. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell somebody not to do something if I'm not offering a way or a solution to fix it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I salute you. You know, you build things for children. You don't just say, just do this. You know what I'm saying? You build things to help the children. You know what I'm saying? And that definitely inspired me to try to do the same thing. So that's all I can say. Like, that's all we can do right now. Just build the things and replace what needs to be replaced. You know what I'm saying? And always teach our history and be proud of ourselves. And, you know, that's all.
And that's what it's time to do. This brother said, well, you know what? There was somebody here who wanted to welcome them here. Who is it? Let me see. Oh, I'm going back up here. Let me see. Hold on, you guys. I want to say something to somebody. Section 8, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like and share as you come in, you guys. Thank you. Thank you for stopping in, you guys. You know I hate these long lives, but Felcast, my thing is read this and say, what is the NAACP Urban League and the National Action Network doing? That's a good question. That's a real darn, well, I'll tell you what they're not doing is protecting Black people. They're not accepting or talking about reparations because Amos Brown got his $50 million from Wells Fargo. So he's not thinking, we need programs. We don't need money. We need programs. So that's what we see that they're doing, but they're not for Black people. You can call out these Black, whatever they're supposed to be, but they don't help Black people. They tell me one thing they've actually done for Black people within the last, since they've been killing Black folk in the street. Have any of them stood up and actually said, stop, no, wrote a law, got into one of the senators, because, you know, Amos Brown was Kamala Harris's reverend, right? If I'm not mistaken. Okay, they knew each other. Has any time he gone to Kamala Harris and say, hey, can you write something? Can you do something about these Black folk dying in the street? No, nobody says anything. Black Caucus sitting up there seeing the little baby got shot in the head twice. Do I hear anything? I don't hear anything. Because you have to understand, Black Caucus is not for Black people. The Black Caucus for foreigners that came from Jamaica, Caribbean, and all these other places that don't even care about Black folk here. You already know what we're dealing with. That's why they're in the position that they're in, because they know that they're safe and they're not going to do anything or say anything for Black folk, period. You can give your closing statements because we're going to be done. I mean, for me, I think we need that think tank. I believe we need to do it globally. Because if we don't come up with a plan, it ain't gonna be many of us left. I mean, because every day they kill it. Even if they kill one, that's 365 a year, right? And they keep on doing. But they're not just killing one a day. They doing 3 or 4 a day. Okay, shooting it 46 times, and we still not saying anything. I don't know what we waiting on. I have no idea what we waiting on. But we can keep waiting. I guess eventually we'll get tired and do something, huh? Or I guess maybe we'll continue waiting, hoping the NAACP will do it for you.
Maybe like 200, maybe in 200 years we'll reevaluate our situation and see what.
if you have any left, I don't think there's gonna be left.
But no, yo, in the NAACP, Ottaby was called out the NAACP in like the 20s or the 30s. Like Black people was off the NAACP in like 40s, but anything that's still operating, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to kind of question that, because we know that the real things that have been for us that have been targeted. So you kind of got to at least do your investigation for all of these other things that have been there, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I could say. And the NAACP played a major role, which is a Jewish organization. And that's why I say it was really a move by white people integration, I think, you know what I'm saying? That's my claim, because it was the NAACP and they used Thurgood Marshall to do it, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know, I appreciate this. This was absolutely on point, considering, but you know, and we got to be about more action and like less talking, but we still got to talk and have these discussions. So the people who's really serious, I would have never met Cassandra. I would have never met Bakari, Erica, if it wasn't for these lives and stuff like that. So you know, people going to try to be like, well, you're supposed to use their stuff for your game, like that's what you do in war. You use their stuff. And that's why I'm grateful for Cassandra teaching me about the nonprofit. So now I can get resources from them and give it back to my community and build things on top of that. So I appreciate that. And y'all support Cassandra Realm in the Bush. And salute to my brother, Maurice Muhammad.
There's my brother. Come on, have the floor. Come on, brother Muhammad. I know he got some fire. Go ahead. Let's the floor.
Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings, family. It's good to be amongst y'all. It's a great program, Sister Cassie and Brother Forecast. Salute to the audience. You know, I just wanted to add a little bit here because I agree with what I heard. The thing is this, is that we can't wait for the majority of our people to get on board with what is going on. We have to remember when the Vietnam War was going on, Ho Chi Minh started with only 20 people, and they decided to change the way of their nation. They decided to take their country back. Hitler started with 7 people, and they decided to take their country back. America didn't have all of the 13 colonies, the citizens and the leaders in agreement. It was only a third of them that was in agreement who decided that we wanted freedom away from Britain. So we here as a people, we cannot wait on the majority of our people to understand that a change is needed because they're too caught up into the foolishness of this world. They're caught up into the lifestyle that the enemy have gave them, that they're not even focused on what is going on and what needs to be done and what is their role in producing a new way, a new reality for our people. So it is us who already have this thinking and have this way of being. And that's why it's so important. I watch a lot of the history that Brother Forecast does on his channel, and he's teaching our people, Sister Cassie, you with the work that you're doing and teaching our people, because what it does, when we are out here and we're in different parts of the country and they come in contact with me or someone else, and they say, well, yeah, have you heard this brother with the Forecast? Have you heard his program? Have you heard Sister Cassie's program? And they say, yeah, I heard it. Yeah, I see this. Yeah. And then they begin the connection because our messages are getting out. Our messages are working. I'm currently in Philadelphia right now. And the other day, as I was out doing some work, and people hear me talking, and then they come and they say, well, it's this brother on YouTube who has this channel and he does it seems like college level Black history stuff. And I say, you talking about the Forecast? Yeah, that's who it is. All right. See, because you're dropping knowledge in their mind, and when somebody else comes that's able to build upon that, to give them the motivation to move into action. And that's what's happening right now. We just got to keep feeding them. It's like when you seed the clouds to make it rain. We got to continue feeding them with the spirit and the mind of revolution and the time and what must be done. And before you know it, those seeds will begin to manifest. And then the manifestation that will rain down on the enemy for what they have earned. They can't look to just one individual and say, where did it come from? Because it came from many of us planting the seeds in the minds of our people that something must be done, and it must be done now. So I thank you, Sister Cassie. I thank you, Brother Forecast, Brother Bakari, for all the work that you all do, because it does matter. It does make a difference. And like I said, being up here in Philadelphia right now and speaking to a brother the other day who's been watching the Forecast programs and learning from what he's being taught. And then when he got together and heard me, he was ready. All right, what we need to do? What do we need to do to build upon what we've already been given? So we are being made stronger. Just continue doing what you're doing. Continue planting the seeds. Because that time of the harvest, it is now. Thank you, Sister Cassie. And I rest my mic.
We appreciate you coming
Yeah,
on.
hey, I appreciate that too, yo. That's crazy. Thank you, my brother. Yeah. And by the way, when you do come here, holla at me, my brother.
Most definitely, I will. If I'm gonna make it that way, definitely before the summer is over.
I love it because do have a question for my brother. What and how do we begin to build the think tank?
Well, Sister Cassie, I think we've already started. We've already started. Now is the time to begin to put those pieces together, to come together as one, and then to program and make that program reality. The people are ready for it. The people are ready for it. We just have to pull it together. So I would of us who think the same already. Now we need to go ahead and come together and sit down at this table and begin to craft what our agenda should be. Yes, ma'am. And I rest. I believe we have the people now. We just need to bring it together.
Right. Somebody is asking for you guys introduce your channels, please.
Oh yes, mine is Maurice D. Muhammad channel. Yeah, that's it. It's just Maurice D. Muhammad, my name.
Okay, Maurice D. Muhammad. Forecast. Somebody type that in the chat for me. Forecast. What's yours?
Yeah, mine is the Forecast Radio. And if you like, I guess in the regular chat, if you click on our name, it'll show the channel. So yeah, subscribe to like my brother Maurice. Y'all be listening to your messages too that you be having. You know what I'm saying? Like I enjoy what you be like. I know when you be doing your your drive and you be giving your message, I listen to that too. You know what I'm saying? So y'all subscribe to my brother's channel. And yeah, mine is the Forecast Radio. And yo, consider, I'll say, and I still believe it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. I think that if you build it, they will come. You know what I'm saying? And it may not come the way that you want or the way that you think it will, but I think that it will come. Like I said, even with you building in Realm in the Bush, and look how quick it grew. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is, it could be 1,000 no's, but all it takes is the one yes, you know what I'm saying? Or a couple of yeses, because it's going to be a lot more yeses, you know? So if you build it, they will come, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't just like tell people to do something. Go, if you think leadership is missing, go be a leader then. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's missing, because you ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? So stop complaining and go do it yourself. That whatever is missing, whatever your skill is, go do that. If you can bake, you know what I'm saying, go bake. If you can, you know what I'm saying, shoot basketball, shoot basketball. If you can shoot guns, go shoot guns. You know what I'm saying? If you can, all you can do is spit, then spit. You know what I'm saying? In the words of Fred Hampton. But if you build it, they will come. I promise you that. You know what I'm saying? But thank you, Considera. Shouts out again to my brother, Maurice Muhammad. I appreciate that too, my brother. That's like motivation to keep going.
Oh, most definitely, brother. Most definitely. I appreciate you and all you do. You too, Sister Cassie. I appreciate all of us and all that we do, because we are stronger as a group and the work really matters. And to be able to see it, you know, wherever you are, is really encouraging. It is definitely needed. So most definitely, y'all, please keep it up. Keep it up.
Well, I appreciate both of you guys coming on. With that said, I mean, we can't even follow that. I think, Brother Mom, as you said, a mouthful right there, but I just want people to hear what you're saying. I want people to put things in order. Whatever your gift is, do it, and it comes together. One drop, it spreads, right? We cannot just wait for this one to do and wait for this one to do. What is it that you're here to do? Do your part, and it spreads globally. If everybody is doing this share, nobody has time to look at somebody else, what they doing, because we're busy doing what we were put on this earth to do. And that's how it's going to grow. And I appreciate both of you guys. I appreciate everybody that came, that had something to say, everybody that spoke. This was something that, and I usually don't come on during the week, but this was something that needed to be addressed. And I don't believe that we're done. I think that there's more to be said, more attention needs to be on this certain subject about us standing up for us. It's time for us to stand up. It's time for us to make a difference. It's time for us to do something. This incident here is not going to end, because now you got white folk, you come up in their driveway, they shooting at you or shooting you, and shot the boy, like I said, 2 times in the head. And it's just by the grace of God that he lived. I don't even know how he lived, but that right there, that's not going to stop, you guys. It's not going to, these school shootings where they showed up at AT&T, thank God that nobody was shot, but it's not going to stop because we're not doing anything. When we get tired and when we start shooting back, doing what we need to do, having your candy bars and your peanuts with it, then they'll understand that we are not playing with you. I will not allow you to hurt me for free. Trust and believe me. You cannot just stand and let bullies to keep bullying, because they will never stop. And everybody have seen somebody in high school get bullied. What did the bullies do? They kept bullying until that person that got tired hit back, right? Then they stopped, right? But until then, they kept bullying them every day, every day, every day, every day. Who wants to be bullied every day? I'm tired. I don't know about y'all, but I've had enough. But this was an amazing live. I do appreciate you guys. Ms. Muhammad, you want to have something to say? You have something else to say, to add?
I was just agreeing with you. I'm definitely tired of it, and it's not going to stop until we put a stop to it.
Absolutely. But that's it, fellas. We're gone. I'm done. That's all. And I hope you learned something. I hope you heard something to make you upset enough, or to make you think about, what's my purpose? Why am I here? What's my part? How do I get busy doing my part? And we're going to talk more about what else, what's your gifts? What can we do to bring this thing together to make it just shoot up like a fire? Because we gotta put the fuel to the fire. It's time to get done. It's time to us to do what it's gonna take for us to do. What will you put here? You got to put your hands to the fire. You got to make it happen. It's time. No more talk. Who said that? Somebody said that. Somebody on their live, you say no more talk. I can't think of who it was, but it's time. No more talk. We're done talking. It's time for action now. Put your hand to the plow and let's get busy. But thank you guys. I appreciate everybody for coming. I'm going to end out with this said. If nobody else wants to come on, we're going to be done for the day. But you guys go see Brother Maurice's channel, Maurice D. Muhammad, and Forecast. You say yours again?
Forecast Radio.
Forecast Radio. Y'all, come on. We got to spread it. It's time. Because that history lesson is amazing. You guys have not seen it. You need to go pull them all up. And he is on fire. He can actually put them in schools, put them in our schools, because it's time for us to teach our own babies. So with that said, family, y'all have a great night. We're done. We're out, and we'll see you on Sunday. Peace, family.
Peace.
Peace. Have a good one.
Peace.